Hey guys, my name's Nisha. Go figure, the one time that I can't make it to UCO, Sandy wants me to do a testimony on God's plan for my life. And I find it very appropriate because this is something that has hit me in the last month or two. And the concept of God's plan in my life is something that I've always asked about. I have prayed about every single day since I was 12 or 13 years old. And as many of you guys know, I come from a strong Christian background that the theme of my family is to dream big. My parents have always challenged us kids to never live a normal life, and my parents are the hardest working people I know. And they have just given us children such a burden of the harvest is plenty, the workers are few, the harvest is plenty, the workers are few. And I'm so thankful for this burden, but I also think it is had me falsely believing that if I'm not working hard enough, I'm going to miss God's plan. And so when, even just a few months ago, when I would sit down, I was always thinking, have I edited my resume enough? Have I learned enough Chinese? Am I dating the right guy? Am I doing enough, Lord? Am I doing enough? And in December, I started reading Genesis, and I really started to pray, Lord, I want the faith that Joseph and Abraham had. They didn't have perfect faith, but they had faith. And I want to have that kind of faith. And lo and behold, because, if you pray, God listens. And this January, I was supposed to go to India. I was supposed to help, orphanages in northern India. And I think it was I raised all the money, and it was this concept of I am helping God's plan. Let me do this. And because of visa reasons, the whole trip just fell. The moment of, I couldn't go to India, nothing. And I came back, you don't really have much money when you come back from those kind of trips. I applied to 20 different jobs, not a single callback. I wasn't applying to prestigious jobs, just random jobs, not a single callback. And also, I swore I was gonna marry this guy, and we broke up for reasons that only God made very evident. And when you who don't really have a job, you don't really have your dreams of going to India, and you don't really have a boyfriend in 1 month, it just makes you sit back and reflect and realize that we don't have control of anything. I don't have control of anything, nor is it fun to have control of anything. And God says, don't worry. And also that God knows how to bless his children. He knows what we need. He knows how to just let us prosper. And he knows the desires of my heart. And when I know that he knows that, when I know that God has it all in his hands, it's just freeing. And so then when people ask, what are you going to do with your major? They seem kind of interesting. I can say, I don't know. It's in God's hands. Stop asking me. It's in God's hands. How about you pray with it? Pray with me about it. And it's just so freeing to be able to respond like that. And I want to leave off with one thing, that don't get carried away with thinking, it's in God's hands, so let me just serve, let me just falsely humble myself, because I know that my big break is coming. And I think for me, I started working for my mom. She owns a children's center, and personally, it was the last place I wanted to work. I didn't want to be sitting picking up kids' toys all day. I was like, God, how is this part of your plan? And the moment I stopped being so selfish and saying, God, I'm going to work at the Playseum until you have a better plan for me. The moment I stopped doing that and was like, Lord, let me just know and be free that this is where you want me to be, that's when an awesome opportunity came for this summer. And I think it just goes to show that God's plan is not for us to be great. It's to know that he is great and he got us. And that's really assuring.